Hello everyone, this is Mehran Fardis. I'm an immigration attorney in San Diego, serving city of San Diego, state of California, and the entire 50 states of the US and worldwide with any immigration questions or issues you might have. I provide these short topics with regard to different immigration matters to help out, to reach out to the community, to make sure everybody has access to basic legal questions and legal answers. These are not obviously specific to your situation. Every case is different, so I'm trying to do my best to provide as much general information as possible, but your case obviously is specific and unique to you. So if you have any immigration questions, please contact our office, send me an email so we can do our best to assist you. Today, I wanted to talk about a specific topic, and the topic is the transfer of H-1B from one employer to another employer. This has been a topic that has come up quite a bit in the recent few weeks in my office, so I wanted to kind of give you guys an outline of what the process is and how this works. So when an employee fits a certain criteria to receive a visa called H-1B, USCIS provides that employee with the H-1B visa, which is valid for 3 to 5 years. Sometimes employee relationships don't work out exactly as initially thought, or the employee wants to move to a different company, and the different company, the new employer, is willing and able to provide offer letter and meet the criteria for the employee to move over. In order to change from one employer to another employer, the process has to follow certain steps by USCIS. So let's say you are an employee who has received H-1B from an employer, and that H-1B is still valid. Let's say right now it's 2022 or 23, and your H-1B is valid for another 2 years, but you have another employer and you want to move over. What do? It basically has 2 steps. Step 1 is your new employer has to fill out this document called an LCA, a labor certificate application. It's a form ETA 9035. It used to be on a form, and now that form is processed on the Department of Labor's FLAG website. So that form basically requires you to provide salary information of the new employer, the employer's new name, identity, and basic work related matters. Obviously, it's going to require your information, and also it's going to require the title and the label of the job and your wages. There are a few tricky things with the LCA application. First of all, now you have to file this application on the Department of Labor's FLAG system, FLAG website. Basically, all the questions that you see on the Form 9035 are going to be asked again on that online format. So you can either fill out the form and then copy and paste, or you can just answer the questions on the FLAG system. The few tricky things on that site, on that page, to be aware of that cause delays. Everything else is pretty standard, but these 2 things cause delays. Delays means you file this and Department of Labor comes back in a few days and says this is incorrect, do it again. This causes your client or the employee to basically waste time. So be on the lookout for these few things. Do this ahead of time, so when you file the application, it is approved. The approval takes about 7 days, by the way, by Department of Labor. So the 2 areas that you need to be conscious about, assuming you have all the other facts correctly. One is the EIN number, the FIEN number, that for some reason Department of Labor does not really recognize a lot of EIN numbers issued by IRS. So if you keep going through the process and you put the number and it says invalid, it gets frustrating. So the solution to that is to proceed with the rest of the form, save the form with all the information you have, and then send an email to the Department of Labor. The email address is lca.chicago@dol.gov. You send your EIN information. If you have an EIN receipt from IRS or any type of documents that shows that your client employer has received an EIN number, you send that letter to Department of Labor Chicago office and you ask them to verify this information. They usually verify this in 1 or 2 business days and they say you're good to go. When you go back logging into the FLAG system, Department of Labor's FLAG system, your number is recognized and you're good to go. The second part is prevailing wages is another important matter. There are 3 options for you to choose. You can choose the statistical part, you can choose an independent source, or you can choose the Department of Labor's. You can choose either of them, but the information has to be exactly as it is reported by the Statistics Bureau of that state, or by the Department of Labor. There are specific codes that you require to fill in for either the county or the region, and that will allow you to get the prevailing minimum wage for that state and county that Department of Labor provides for that specific task or job. These are the two trickier parts of filling out the form. Once you process the form, you file that form with Department of Labor. About 5 or 7 days, you get their forms back, hopefully it's approved. In the meantime, you don't want to wait and process the other forms after that. Simultaneously, while you're waiting, you can process the 129, I-129 for your client. You can process the I-907 premium processing. You can gather all the documents. You can get the employment offer letter from the employer. You can get the financial statements from the employer. You can get all the relevant information from the employee. The I-94 is there, H1B visa, everything relevant. Put the cover letter together. So once you have received the approval back, you're ready to file with USCIS premium processing. You're not wasting your client's time. Employer is not waiting for no reason. Everybody's happy. I hope this was of help to you. H1B and all employment related visas are tricky. EB1, EB2, EB3, 4, 5, these are all unique and quite time consuming type of visas. If you have any questions, if you have a need to discuss any of these type of visas, contact our office. We're here to help and we're more than happy to evaluate your case. I hope this was of help to you. You guys have a great evening from San Diego and I'll talk to you soon. Have a good day.